in a way that ties in the narrative. And hey, it just happens on this project. You just got to walk.
Basically, hello everybody, good morning, and they're basically going over to the winter update. They explain what Tang was, which is the new status effect, which is basically this kind of, it like corrosives your armor and weapons, so it's like a big debuff if you're very tanky.
Have this little minty explosion. Yeah, this minty explosion. Why is there sour pools all over the garden? What is going on? And so, yeah. Were you teabagging the potato beetle, man?
Yeah, that thing got wrecked.
That wasn't me.
So you guys will see the potato beetles are actually a little bit larger than the ladybugs, to communicate that, like, okay, these are little beefier versions of them. Oh, and you're coming up on the wheelbarrow.
This is an interesting spot in the garden.
Mm-hmm. You want to go first?
Sure.
Do it.
So here again, we have these little sour pool level design ingredients that are also scattered around the park. So, I saw a lot of people in the community asking these questions like, oh, is this new effect? Is it an enemy attack? Is it a something in the game? And actually the answer is yes.
Yes, to all of the questions.
yes, to all of the questions. So there are enemy attacks that deal sour. There are pools of water that deal sour. And there are these little individual obstacles that deal sour. So you gotta watch out.
Oh, Justin, what's this?
Huh. What's this? So yeah, we have our mixer is back. We'll talk about that in a minute. But right now you're looking at an earwig, an orc earwig, which is another one of our new creatures. I know it's one of your favorites. Oh, we have a guest. We have a party crasher.
Chaos Embodied has arrived.
We can't have a garden update without some overalls.
Oh my goodness.
Marco, go ahead, go wide real quick for a second.
Very appropriately dressed.
Looking good. We're gonna be sharing the mic.
It's like very static.
You're looking good, Marcus.
You guys are electric. That's
oh no.
What's going on around here? What up, y'all? How's it going?
I'm dying.
If I hold the mic right here, does it still sound okay?
Try.
Nope.
It's fine.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I can hear you.
Alright, cool.
Can you hear us in the chat?
That's like the nerdiest guy on the left right there. He's like, you suck, bro.
Yes, they can hear us. We're good, see?
All right.
What were we talking about?
We're talking about how we can't see the game anymore.
Yeah.
Why? Okay. Is that my fault? Did I just
yeah, you showed up and everything went haywire.
We were checking out an earwig. So earwigs are cool. So we were looking at an orc one right there, but there's actually two normal kind of earwigs, and then also variations of them as well. And it's pretty cool because they serve two different purposes, right? You've got a sort of a melee earwig, and then you've got a ranged earwig, and they come in pairs just to give a nice challenge, some nice sort of strategic elements to combats where you're matching up against the earwigs.
And it was really important for us that all our new creatures have that distinct, grounded personality versions of them. Like, this isn't just we're not natural. We often say this, we're not National Geographic. We're grounded, right. And so the earwig, we really wanted to have that like gross, creepy, but like agile and deadly feel. And so you'll see a lot of its animations have it twisting and jumping and lunging at the player, which is unnerving in and of itself. The blocking animations are its tail wrapping around it to cover itself, and it really gives that enemy its own specific personality.
Have we shown it? Have we shown the earwig already?
We were about to,
and then
everything went. And then you walked in.
Yeah, you screwed everything.
I'm sorry. Everybody just wants to see gameplay. Nobody cares about my overall.
So,
are we
you might just have to fly over. Just
like how
push
there's
button.
a certain thing with
okay,
the
you're here. All right.
That's correct.
It has a little.
We have not spoiled the certain
thing. Are we gonna
thing.
leave that?
unless we see it, I think we should leave it.
Okay, we'll leave it. Somebody always wants to like go and try to tell people cool stuff. And stop.
There's so much cool stuff right here. Look at the mixer's back, which means there are brand new orc waves. There's a brand new mixer challenge that works just like in the picnic area, where it's one of the toughest endgame challenges of the area. If you beat it, you push back the mysterious strangers, orc waves again. But this one, as you can see, surrounded by our sour LDIs, lots of tough enemies guarding it in the first place.
For those who don't know.
So we got earwig parts, earwig pincers, earwig head.
Or you're right. An LDI is a level design ingredient, so it's something that we place in the levels to challenge players.
It has some sort of gameplay value, right?
Yeah.
Like it's obviously we put lots of stuff in the environment to like look cool or harvest, but in the cases where like there's a sort of a gameplay element, that's a level design ingredient for us. So we have a few of them in the game. That's just developer speak.
Inside baseball.
Inside baseball.
There you
yes.
go.
Rust, beetle
Or like the spiderweb bridges, we call those LDIs.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I know you're itching to talk about something cool, Marcus. What's in your soul, man?
I don't know. Somebody's trying to tell us what to say. People are trying to, the censors out here are trying to tell us, they're trying to censor us. Tell me what I can and can't say.
Black ants are gonna be level 3. Maybe they won't be.
So here's the
five.
black ant. The black ant got a bit of a rework. It's on the screen. Black ant has gotten a bit of a rework both visually and combat-wise. And this is another creature that's gotten a new attack where, here it comes, boom! It can now spit corrosive tang, materials.
I mean, that's
So
it.
definitely a new challenge for our players. And so, like, how many new creatures do we have? You guys want to count?
I don't know. There's a bunch, right? Because you've got 2 kinds of black ants, a couple kinds of earwigs,
Yeah.
a couple different beetles.
Oh, wait, we have to make sure that the community knows the wasps are back. We know how much you love the wasps.
Wasps are back.
Both.
Well, we will find the largest edition here sometime soon.
Yeah.
If you guys ever get inside the greenhouse, or maybe we'll just stumble across one of them.
Oh, did you want me to go inside the greenhouse?
That's the cricket.
Yeah.
We don't have any homies.
That is
a cricket.
That's a cricket.
Run towards the cricket.
Not
You
away.
got it.
Go fight the cricket.
Kill yourself
Don't
falling
die
from too
doing
high.
it.
I got bandages.
I'll talk about something that's not in the game, because that's more fun. No. We should talk about the cricket, but one of my favorite things, because I think people like to hear when, like...
There it is.
Where our minds go.
Okay, so look, it has this new ability when it sees you.
It's out.
Yeah, its eyes will turn yellow, and then it'll jump
over.
away. And again, to us, that was like, how do we get that grounded personality, but also like
thing real quick.
something that's iconic to a cricket?
I agree. I'm looking at the chat. I was kind of amazed how big the cricket was. Like when you actually start messing with some of like the scale and like how big these creatures are when you are at this size, it's huge.
Yes.
It's like terrifyingly huge.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the fact that it's not a hostile creature right off the bat too is kind of us.
This cricket has killed us, man.
Where'd you go? Where'd it go?
He doesn't want to fight.
Yeah, it just jumped to Narnia, man. I don't know.
Oh, he's over here. He's over here. He's on the other side.
Awesome.
There it is.
There it is. So yeah, the cricket is, as Marcus said, it is a neutral creature like the ladybug. It won't attack you unless you attack it. So, but like the ladybug, you best be ready to take it on if you do disturb it. So
Oh, he's over here.
be careful.
I don't have
And
a
again,
tough.
I think some of its attacks, just like the earwig, are some of the most interesting and clever attacks that we've had in Grounded 2 so far.
Yes.
Like they're pretty awesome. We'll get in a fight
Here.
with one here sooner or later, and I think that you guys will agree. It looks
Just jumped
it looks
away.
really
I
good.
mean,
Why does it hate us?
I think the entire team working on that
Yeah.
really outdid themselves this time around.
That was something that entire creature team kept asking ourselves. What are the most iconic cricket things that it could do? You know, we didn't want it to just like smack you. We wanted to do something that felt unique to a cricket, like only a cricket could do this. And then again, on top of that, how can we realize it in a
I'm just gonna kill him.
in a super grounded way? You know, like we hold ourselves to that standard of like, you know, the mosquitoes barrel rolls, or you know, those attacks in grounded that are just a little out there, but have so much personality. And so, you know, we're not spoiling anything. It was in the footage we've released, but when that cricket turns around and kicks you with its back legs.
It was about to. I thought it was going to do it to them, but it ran instead. So hopefully they can find it. I'll say,
Imminent death was upon it.
I think we're gonna go towards the greenhouse, you know, and hopefully we find another cricket.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
You'll definitely find it.
The ants are not a new enemy. You just added a new attack. And it's not even a new attack. In Grounded 1, fire ants could just spit goo at you. So that's not even, that's like a recycled... That is literally a recycled mechanic you took from Grounded 1. And you're claiming it to be a new thing. Oh, the aphids blow up and do chill. Okay.
Make more of them. And put more of them in the park.
I think the larva also has its initial like attack sound that it makes. That trill, that scream that it does.
Yeah, that little.
Every time you hear it, you're like, God damn it! Go kill this thing right now.
Yeah, because no matter how powerful you get, there's still like a bit of an investment. You're like, I gotta block, or else I'm gonna take some damage. I gotta this is at least a few swings of my sword.
It's gonna follow me for 20 seconds.
They're
Even if I
always
keep running,
there.
so I might as well just kill it.
Always there.
Yeah.
Always there.
Nobody is like, larva. No one says that. If you say that, you're a weirdo. Now, what people say is like, oh, holy shit, fucking Wolfspire next to me. Holy fuck, where did that come from?
Like that.
That's more like it.
Alright, okay, so you guys are gonna climb up here. Is that it? I see.
Yep.
Big old trellis over here on the right.
Yeah.
The greenhouse is over on the left. I assume you guys are trying to figure out how to get inside that greenhouse.
It's like there's a little thing
There's
right
several
here.
Yeah,
entrances.
Yeah.
a bunch of ways.
You know, a spider would really help you guys out. I'm just saying.
It would.
It would.
Yeah, why are you
unfortunately-
all not using a mount?
I don't know.
There we go. There you go. Straight ahead. There you
It's
go.
wild. No
This is first step in the greenhouse right here.
Our first look
It's
at
lush.
the greenhouse.
I like it.
is.
I saw someone in the chat was asking, how do you actually get into the garden? And there's a couple of different paths that we want you all to
Figure out.
discover and figure out, but you'll find some ways. Maybe we've given some hints along the way of which directions to go. Maybe if you just observe what's going on in the park, you might find it, but that'll be up for y'all to kind of play through and find out.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the first challenges you'll be given is find your way to the garden. And there'll be a lot of hints, but we're definitely leaning more into that survival game design of we're gonna give you hints, we're gonna, you know, point you towards a direction, but then it's about exploring, discovering the solution,
There it is.
and being given more information
This
as
one's
you're
not
going.
going back
Oh,
down.
there he is. There's Private Bouncer. So this is our orc cricket, and just like our other orc generals from the picnic area,
He's jumping up
given
and he's
a
hitting you.
rank and a
Yeah, we're
name
now.
by
He's
Oh,
a
he's
very
revealing
stranger.
himself.
And so this one is called Private Bouncer, because not only is it obviously a cricket, so it bounces, but it is guarding the entrance to a very important area in the garden, the Ominent Archives.
You guys might want to chill out on just trying to own it as quickly as possible and let it do
Okay.
some of its cool stuff.
Jeez, Louise. Also, look at it cinematically, so it shows it off well. Stop
Marco,
playing the game
we get
like
some
you're
time
really
day.
playing.
They're scared.
I'm trying to block to survive, but yeah, I got you.
Alright, so there's its Sonic Attack, which can knock you back and knock you off of ledges. So you gotta be careful there.
Have a day.
A lot of players try to, you know, cheese the
There we go.
boom kick to the
I
face.
love that one.
Yeah.
I saw someone in the chat asking if it could sing, so now you guys can see if thing.
Yeah.
For better or for worse.
There's this block animation, so when it's covering its eyes like that, it's blocking. And then this is the leap of faith.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good one. I think that's one of my favorite tags. It's so good.
Leap of faith, it'll jump up and then come right down at you, so you gotta be careful. Gotta work on those perfect block skills. Or dodge.
Or dodge.
Dodge.
Yeah, I think the garden actually does a really good job of making you want to dodge, especially with both the rust beetle and the black ants hurling that tang at you. You're like, yeah, man, I need to get out of the way.
I gotta get agile. There you go. Yeah, so of course it has, its regular attack combos. You'll have to learn those. It's very much like a battering ram. Yeah, you guys were talking about the scale before. It really was that issue of like, okay, how big is too much? And then bring it back just a little.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think our first conversation was along the lines of, well, how big can we make this? Like, what can we do here?
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to go inside here, but
No.
just
Yeah.
displaying that something else exists.
Maybe there's
Yeah,
interesting
keep
things.
some stuff for y'all.
Of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah, so somebody in chat is asking what armor you guys are wearing. So, like we said, the new one that's being shown off is the earwig armor. It has this very samurai-inspired look to it.
Yeah. Ronin.
Ronin,
the Ronin
exactly.
vibe.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's one of our favorites. You can't pick favorites. It's tough. All the armor sets are super cool, but the earwig one is particularly good.
Probably gonna make a base in the greenhouse.
Did you want us to start answering some of these questions?
Yeah, I've
Sure.
seen someone ask to see the map a few times. We could show that?
Yeah. Can we show the map?
Yeah, of course.
Sorry, well, I kind of already showed it.
They can't see your screen though.
Oh, they can? Okay.
No. You specifically said you didn't want your gameplay captured.
Okay, got it.
Okay, so we got the pumpkin patch. We got the garden area behind, which means right here is where the rose bush is. So it's probably where the anthill is, and then I'll put like a base
The
over there.
croquet court.
Okay, court.
So yeah, right here, croquet court is a it's not a new area, but I definitely think this area was blocked. I think like right here, yeah, the fire pit. I definitely think like this area was blocked off. This area is new, like this whole area, and I think like right about like right here is a whole new area. Plus the pumpkin patch.
And then Marcus pointed out there are new areas that were added to the picnic area to flesh it out, to connect the picnic area to the garden.
So Justin, one of the questions here is like, what
This
made the
would be a
garden the
good
next step
base
in developing?
right here. I know I have a
during
base
early
right here,
access?
technically.
And I'm thinking about this, and I don't know if it was anything except for just like, we should do that next. Like, I know that like we definitely knew we wanted the original early access area to feel very much like Grounded. We wanted to reproduce a lot of those feelings, get a lot of those systems back online, make sure the game felt like the game, plus buggies with some new additions. Moving in to the next area, we wanted to do new stuff.
Exactly.
What made the garden the right answer?
The right choice. What I remember us discussing is that, yes, that picnic area was supposed to, by intention, be, vanilla Grounded, but in a park. And with the new features, we wanted it to have that familiar feel so that returning players are like, no, this is still the same world, the same game, and for new players to get a taste of what Grounded is. But then when we started talking about where do we go next, and we were looking at all the areas, I remember us saying, well, which one gives us the biggest opportunity to do something completely different that absolutely could not be done in the backyard? And the more we talked about it, it was the garden. And what was interesting is once we started talking about it, we saw that everything lined up. Like, oh, narratively, this is also the most interesting place to go next. Oh, from a gameplay perspective, and which bugs would fit in the garden, they feel like the right next step in the progression. Systems-wise, we could do this, this, and this. And so once that question of where can we have an area that feels so different, because this is like really that, you talked about this a lot, that mix of the man-made and the organic, and we can't do something like this sort of community garden could never really be pulled off properly in a backyard. All of that was determined. Everything else just seemed to fall into place, and it was like everything was confirming, like, yeah, okay, this is the right choice, this is where we want to go.
Yeah, I mean, to Chris's point too, there's always a balance of when can we make this, and how difficult is it to make in terms of what new feature we want to bring online, versus, you know, some things like future updates might take us a lot longer to prototype out and kind of get working really well. So we kind of always are, there's a little bit of like negotiation with ourselves about how we organize it. And then to some regard, it's like, well, let's pick this and let's move forward, right? Like, so there is a little bit of both of like being strategic of what do we need, what pieces do we need to put in place to create the overall experience that we want? And then there's a little bit that's just kind of like, I don't know, let's do this one next. So it's always kind of that balance of those two, I think, to figure out the order of what we do. Or sometimes, you know, somebody gets really excited. One of us gets really excited about something, and then that thing gets pushed forward.
It's like, yeah, I'm gonna run with it now.
But we try not to do that too much. We try to be a little more logical. So.
I mean, it happens.
And I think the garden, we all got extremely excited because it felt so unique. You know, a lot of the other areas that are coming up feel like a good balance between something that we're revisiting from Grounded 1 and something new that we're introducing Grounded 2. And that's exciting. Whereas the garden really felt, and now for something completely different. Now for something that we haven't seen before. And I know from a level design perspective, you know, our world team was really excited by the garden because of the amount of verticality that it could introduce. And, you know, you were talking about scale before, Chris. Verticality is one of the quickest ways to help establish that scale. There's nothing that puts you in that world more than that moment you've climbed the garbage can, you look out and you see everything, and you're like, oh my God, I'm so small in this big world. And the garden, with all of its vines, all of its, the greenhouse, you know, just has so much of that. And like, if you turn around now, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Like, this sense of scale is something that the world team worked really hard on to pull off, and I think they've done a fantastic job.
The garden land scale, as well as anything in Grounded, you know, from 1 to 2 really well, and I love how it makes you feel so small. Like, it feels so big compared to you as the player, and that's the fantasy. Like, that's what you're playing this game for, is to kind of have that, like, you know, a brick be, you know, a mile long. That's really awesome. All right, so someone asked how many new creatures. I don't know if we can count this off the top of our head, but we could kind of go through them.
Try.
So we have the earwigs.
So there's 2 earwigs. There's 2 black ants.
2 black ants.
There's 2 wasps.
2 wasps.
There's the woolly aphid. We can't forget the woolly aphid. We have the cricket. We have the potato beetle. We have the rust beetle. We have the fireflies. And I feel that's about it.
I mean, 11 seems like we did a pretty good job.
I think so too.
Yeah, it's a really nice variety.
Yeah, I think
but there's also
If I'm missing any, I apologize to the character.
There's also the entirely new buggy that we added.
That's correct. We have our
also
lady buggy.
a pretty big ad there.
Yes.
So, counting the ladybug, or not counting the ladybug, and the 2 wasps and the 2 ants. Sorry, I mean fire ants. I mean, sorry, black ants. Literally. So that was 11 minus 4, which basically makes that like 7. And then let's see, and woolly aphid, so that'd be 6. And then the 2 others that are basically just recolors. So basically, you added 4 new enemies or 4 new things to kill.
You have helpful. You're not alone in the park.
You don't want help. You're a rambunctious teenager that's not going to listen to nobody.
What's cool?
You're running out like play. This is I got to role play this. I don't listen.
What's cool is whichever way you want to role play, the game supports it.
It'll work.
And for me, what I'll say is, the garden is exciting. There's some surprises in the croquet court, so don't skip out on that. There's that might be an interesting place to start. You might run into some cool things there.
How hard is it to create a new update and have ideas? Creating the new update is extremely hard. It takes a lot of work, which is why it takes time. Which is why we really wanted to take our time to make sure we had real big, meaningful updates like the garden. I would say though, coming up with new ideas, the problem that's never a problem.
Yeah, we were just talking about it. Go ahead, Chris.
The problem is good ideas, not ideas.
Problem is good ideas. The problem is narrowing down.
Yeah.
That's right.
And getting to the ones that will have the biggest impact. When we started talking about the garden.
I mean, honestly, if they just replaced, you could have replaced the fire ants. You could have, some people might have said they were reskins, where if you just redesign the ants to, have big, bulky heads that look like termites or something, and they could spew acid, or, there's a whole list of possibilities you could do. There's a whole lot of ant species you could do. Maybe you can have jumping jack ants that are more vicious. Or something.
Freaking cool.
Yeah.
And there's just no way we're ever going to be able to get it done.
Yes.
It's just we're man, this is the greatest idea ever.
Yeah.
This update will take 1 year. Right? And so it's just we can't do this. Okay, so what are reasonable ideas that are awesome, that we're super excited about, makes sense. And so it's even just narrowing down that
yes
is an entire exercise.
Yeah, it's a constant balancing act.
Absolutely.
Of are we excited about this? Does it stack up? Does it work systemically? Is it reasonable? Can it scale production-wise? And what's interesting is once those constraints are in place, that's actually where the most interesting ideas pop out from. Once we finally narrow in and go, okay, cricket, then our brains are okay, how do we make the cricket as grounded as possible? And that's when amazing things always kind of turn around and kick you in the face come from. And so
there's a
blueberries.
question about this 100% about is it harder to come up with ideas or optimize the game as you're going? And the truth, we're building the plane while we're flying it. So in all sincerity, we're building the plane while we're flying it. And so we're trying to do both simultaneously. We're trying to make sure, even though it's in early access, we don't want to completely rely on that all the time. And we're trying to optimize the game. We're trying to patch it. We're trying to fix bugs. We're trying to improve performance. But then when you add new stuff, it breaks stuff. Especially when you're trying to be more ambitious with what we want to add. It breaks things. It introduces new bugs.
Yes.
We have to go back and clean up. So.
Yeah,
and we're one team. There's not 5 grounded teams working together to make the game. Trying to do both things simultaneously. Sometimes you might see us something was introduced, the game's a little bit buggier. Maybe there's a crash that shows up for a while. Hopefully you see we try to jump on that super quickly, especially if it's a major one, to quick fix that really quickly. But we have to be careful because every fix you do can introduce 2 bugs. What I'll say is that's why we want the early access approach. One, because we love getting to see the feedback, getting to digest. You get to see the changes we make, the way we evolve over time. But we also aren't gonna. I don't ever want us to be afraid of pushing as hard as we can, even if it does introduce those issues. And that's another reason lots of people ask us
But it's against that balancing act. Yeah.
But that's why it's because we're trying to be open about hey, there's value in this. We want to push it as far as we can, but still deliver content over time. So those balances are always good.
So,
So
for
somebody-
people just tuning in now, we're taking a look at the garden update, which is going to go live on the PTB servers today at some point in the next few hours. Jesse and Chris are walking us through the content, and we're talking about it here.
And know this, just we'll push it out. It always takes a lot of time, especially for the PTB to propagate. So even when you see our official announcement, like, hey, it's out, it may be a few hours. So just bear with us. That's a system thing to like for server load of when patches and updates get pushed. So bear with us as it comes out by the end of today, whenever that is actually technically, or today. People should be able to check it out in the PTB.
What else we got? Can we show the new buggy? Can we show the new buggy? I think we can. Should we? I think we should.
I would think so.
Do you guys know? You guys can do debug, right? Can you guys hear us?
You gotta
Do you
do
know
it.
how to? Do you know how to debug the?
You gotta do it.
I know how to debug. Give me a second.
That's a nice idea for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do it. Let's show people. Let's give people what they want.
But you have to do it on. I wouldn't do it on this.
Yeah, maybe
I
not
wouldn't do it
on.
on the.
We're gonna go to the ground. We're gonna go to the ground.
You can do it. One Orb Weaver and one.
Please show.
Please show these before YouTubers spoil it all.
Hey,
Oh,
hey,
Cobra
hey.
Striker, that's hilarious.
Somebody did ask, "What's the blue stuff on the ground?" Can you turn around right now when you get a chance?
Yep,
I think
one
what you're
second.
talking. I think that blue rock on the ground that you're seeing is it's fertilizer.
Yeah.
It's fertilizer in the garden, and you're going to use that as part of your recipes
Yeah.
to go ahead and help you grow some
It's a
stuff.
new
So,
harvestable
yeah,
resource.
there's a piece right in front of you.
All right, so here's our lady buggy. It has a water cannon on its back. It's single player, so like it's one player riding one ladybug. While you're riding, you can shoot. Oh, well, that's how you game the two playerness of it. But while you're riding the ladybug,
It's you have to do it.
Okay.
While you ride the ladybug, you have the ranged attacks by default, and you have one melee attack to sort of, we call it like, in Gears, the gum bump. So it can shoulder bump like that. There you go. Thank you. The water, as you can see on the bottom right, is a tank that runs out. So you have to be careful. You can refill it by interacting with either the water droplets, and that'll give you a little bit of ammo, or if you find a body of water, you can interact with it to refill the tank fully. And that water is useful for lots of reasons, for attacking the enemies, for stunning flyers, and for other things that I will only talk about if we actually show it on screen.
But that was a great. You summarized it. My favorite part of the new buggy is definitely the refillable water pouch. It just I don't know,
Satisfying.
there's always this little stuff that brings me joy. It's not the when it contracts and expands. I don't know. There's something satisfying about that I love.
For me, it's shooting flyers out of the sky,
Yeah,
man. Shooting a wasp and seeing it come down.
There's
More about the vibe.
that mosquito played right into our
Yes,
demonstration there.
there you go.
Yeah. Great against flyers. It's like an anti-aircraft gun. It makes me so happy.
And what's super cool about the ladybug is when you dismount and you fight side by side, then it will use its regular melee attacks, like a regular ladybug. So yeah, there you go. If you interact with the water, you'll fill up.
We just
Yeah,
topped
you sure
off.
did.
Got your gnat.
I saw someone making a comment about the fire rate. Best believe we will put this out, and at some point we'll probably nerf it, and then we'll make it stronger, and then we'll make it like we'll adjust the ammo, all those things. That's the beauty of early access. So we'll tweak it over time.
So here is, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but I just want to show. Okay, let the rust beetle shoot. Okay, and now shoot the water at the boom. So the cannon can clean up the water cannon can clean up all sour spills from the enemies that are already in the environment. That's a big utility. Oh, you gotta be careful, man. The rust beetles blow up just like a bombardier beetle. So that's a big utility. Like we said at the beginning, we introduce you to these problems, like the sour spills, and you have to deal with them for a while. You have to understand, the effect they have on you, and then we give you lots of solutions to combat it. And one of them is the ladybuggy, and its water cannon is designed to help you clean up the garden.
Question with
Du-du-du.
You want to answer the next one?
Me? That feels like a you or Chris question.
Do we want to answer the next one?
It feels like a very philosophical question. I mean, isn't that the point of the...
No. We're talking about why is there a PTB on an early access game?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I understand the question because we sort of say like, well, it's an early access game. Isn't that effectively a public test beta?
Yeah, why do you
right?
have to have a beta for the beta?
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. And I think it's really just us wanting to make sure that we didn't sort of, I guess, miss anything. Like, we QA these things like crazy. We put it out there, but we just don't have all the hardware configurations that you guys have. Obviously, that's not such a big thing for the consoles, right? But for PC especially, like,
I'm out of water.
sometimes there's things that we just don't realize are out there. We put it out on PTB, and we figure out, oh, well, there's an issue with this, or there's an issue with that. More importantly, I think we get such great feedback from the community on things like combat difficulty and balancing that, like, no matter how many, like, internal play tests we do or whatever, we never get that kind of feedback that we get when we put something out into the hands of all the players and let them say, hey, this is working for us. Hey, this isn't working for us. Hey, why did you make this so easy? Maybe we thought it was hard. We just don't know because we have 20 or 30 or, well, actually, if you include everybody, you know, maybe you've got a little over 50 people that played through it and had some feedback on how easy or hard it was.
yourself.
We're going to put it out there and hundreds of people are going to play it. And they're going to have feedback. It's just more and better than what we can do on our own. So I just think that increases our confidence with what we're doing. And it gives us a chance to feel a little bit more like sort of flexible in what we're publishing.
The last piece that I would say is like every time we can test, it's always more helpful. It's always more stable. It's also just always about y'all's expectations versus what we deliver. The truth is, early access, the bar and the expectations around the level of stability for an early access game has risen. So even if you're currently playing with us in early access, you have a pretty high expectation that game's not crashing very much, your saves are working well, there's not any major issues. And like we were just talking about before, we're trying to add all this new content, we're building the plane as we're going. Some folks will get really frustrated if we put out an update and there are some big issues that we then have to quickly resolve. And so we use the PTB as a tool to, again, help gate and help set expectations of, if you're really, really hardcore and you really want to check out the stuff right away, and you're okay with the risk of the PTB, jump in there. But if you just want to be a part of the journey together and want to give the feedback, but you want a little bit more stability than what like when we first put it out, that's kind of why we use the PTB to kind of balance those things out. So I think that's another big piece is that early access just evolved, just of what people expect, how many people jump in. Honestly, too, how many people don't even understand the difference of early access? Like, if I could buy this game on Steam or on Xbox, that means it should just be perfect.
Yes.
I think that's the other balance that we use PTB for as well. Additional
The only thing I'll add to that is that, to me, it's another representation of our philosophy of we are building this game with our community.
Yeah.
We trust them, and that means showing you the work while it's still in progress. It's almost like you're, the last bastions of like, okay, we think this is ready, but we want your insight. And so it's that first step towards the collaboration between us and the community. And so for us, it allows us to do everything that Chris and Marcus said, but to also stay true to our word that this whole process is going to involve the community in a very real way. And that means, hey, we think it's ready, but we need your help to iron out those final bugs.
So since we're talking about community right now, I'm going to jump on this question that just got thrown in there, which is, are there any hints on getting ladybug eggs for the buggy? And this is an interesting topic, and I'm just going to be honest with you guys. It's actually pretty easy to get the ladybug
right now.
It's exceptionally easy to get the ladybug right now.
Yeah.
And we were like, let's make sure everybody plays with this thing. Let's get as much feedback as we can on it. Let's see how people respond to this. Is it working right? Is it not working right? And then we have plans to make that actually harder
Yes, down
in
the line.
future,
Yes.
down the line in an update.
Mhm.
And so I think you'll find it really quite easy to find ladybug eggs. I'm not going to tell you
Yeah.
exactly
You
where they
get a
are.
ladybug, you get a ladybug, you get a ladybug, everyone gets a ladybug, essentially.
This is fully true. So
It-
yeah,
I'm
you're not
just laughing
going to
about
have any
how-
problems with that.
I'm laughing about how much frustration players had really, really early on. Like even before we put out the first early access release to get an egg,
Mhm.
and then the debate we had around like what level of difficulty should it be to go into that first anthill and be able to extract it out.
Mhm.
But it was kind of funny why people struggle, like to just keep dying, keep trying to throw it a little bit further to try to move that forward. Yeah, we didn't do it this time, but you know, they're too nice.
Yeah, well,
You want to see people use the
For now.
ladybugs.
We want to see people use the ladybug. That's really what it comes down to. And then it will be more survival hardy or hard in the future.
this next one's for you guys.
Which
you want
the next one?
Okay, any new
Which-
story? Well, any new story is being highlighted. So,
For us.
no. I thought that the one on the anyhow.
Sorry,
The
okay.
miscommunication there. It's okay. Okay, any new story? Yes-ish. Yes and no. Yes, there is definitely new story elements in the garden that you will discover, but this is very much the early access version of the story. It is not at the same level of polish and realization that was present in the MVP, in the picnic area. And so we are expanding the world and doing a lot of storytelling through environmental storytelling, through readables, through you discovering what's happening here. And there are a few key beats, but and of course, you have help in the park, and that help will deliver a lot of context to the players. But we are definitely intentionally holding back on the whole until we can deliver with more finality in the future with our worldwide launch.
Yeah, well, I think from here on out, as a general rule, most of our updates will be world building focused, not narrative focused. Meaning, you'll see the world expand, you'll get little hints here and there, but there's not going to be necessarily major narrative beats. We found that with Rounder 1, that worked really, really well of us having all the pieces together to be able to tell the best possible story and really make there be a reason for 1.0 in addition to all the content being done, having the full-fledged story, wanting to go through and seeing how it all comes together. So
Okay,
just,
so
again,
that's
set
where the
expectations
pupa
of-
leather is.
not much story stuff, but a lot of world building stuff.
The pupa leather is going to be by the cabbage patch, and that's where the ladybugs are going to be. Okay.
Yeah, and everything is there, and everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
It just might not be immediately clear right now. But that's why we want to hear what you are all thinking, what y'all are thinking is happening.
I thought about this before too. I like the cat and mouse little game of us putting out a little bit and watching you all try to put it
Yeah,
together
for sure.
without us actually, and then maybe us changing things just to make sure that you don't play.
Spillay IOW is onto something.
Want to talk about playgrounds?
Yeah, that's the question
Let's talk about playgrounds.
is for you guys.
Okay, so sorry to say, we wanted playgrounds in this update. It's going to be just a little bit later. It just wasn't quite ready. I need a little bit more time to cook. So we're going to finish this update. It will be done pretty soon. Our plan is to have another PTE, a full release then of Playgrounds in February. So, and just to be clear, like when we're getting Playgrounds ready this time around, this is really creating parity with Grounded 1 and making sure that everything that we had there is there, works. All of the setup in terms of like being able to publish and find and sort, download and play, all of that stuff that was there in Grounded 1 will be working. And then as we progress through updates again in the future, just like the content in the park or other features will progress and be built on, we will be adding new things into Playgrounds as we go along as well. So, Playgrounds, I'm sorry to say, it's going to have to wait a little bit longer. We wanted to make sure that the garden was solid, that everybody dug the content there. If we do have any like hot issues, we get a chance to fix them, and then immediately after that, you guys will see a version of Playgrounds up on PTB that we can start working on with you guys and figuring out what's great, what we're working on, and then that will be then in full release not long after that, with updates coming right down the road.
We want y'all to find the snake. We're purposely not showing it, is what I'm assuming is happening because I came into this stream late. Y'all can check out the snake. We'll let y'all.
Yeah,
check out the snake.
it's something we really want you to experience firsthand.
Sorry, I got distracted because people keep.
Yeah, there's a hashtag.
There's that people want the snake. I know. The other thing I just wanted to comment on as you kind of talked about Playgrounds was, we had talked earlier on about having these bigger media updates that are spread further apart. And we're definitely going to keep that up and keep doing that for these major content updates. But we see y'all are hungry.
Yes.
We see it. You're hungry. So, with things like how we're handling Playgrounds and like introducing that in February, shortly after this garden update, you'll see we'll put up a new roadmap, and you'll see we'll have more of those, what we called last time if you were checking in, those feature updates. We're going to expand those out a little bit more. We're going to have some content in those. We still really want to see how this big update goes and see how you all feel about having this content, because we think it gives us enough time to really cook and process the feedback we get from you all. But we also hear you.
Yeah.
You want some more stuff coming more regularly. Playgrounds is the start of that, and hopefully y'all can help feed each other too with some awesome content that you make. But you'll see that as we expand the roadmap coming up soon, you'll see that we'll add more feature updates just to give a little bit more content throughout. So, you have a little bit more to play with in between these major drops.
So, you guys mind if I grab the next one?
Go for it.
Okay.
It's
a big
fun
one. Yes.
It's one we talk about.
Yeah, a lot. Yes, and we have a strategy, and I want the community to know we have a strategy. So anything for the builders. In short, yes. Okay, I'm done. Yes, we have quite a bit of content coming for the builders in the garden, but this is also something that we are very mindful of and are working very hard to develop a coherent, cohesive strategy for the builders so that y'all feel supported, you feel like we understand what it is that's important to you, and that we are giving you an experience in Grounded 2 that you can't get anywhere else. So what that means is there's sort of like 3 tiers to this strategy. We are developing new features that allow you to do things in Grounded 2 that you wanted to do in Grounded 1, but we never got around to. And these are small things that make a big difference, like I can move them at the pieces at new angles, or I can put them together in different ways, or there's certain types of pieces that weren't there before that now are here. So I'm not going to get too much into spoilers there, but hopefully once you see those features in the garden, you'll start to say, oh, wow, I have this slew of verbs and features and things that I can do that I couldn't do before in Grounded 1. The second part of the strategy, which you'll start seeing a lot more of in the garden, is we want to create what we call, exceed your expectations with sets and set parity. So what that means is bring back as many sets as possible from Grounded 1, but not just, copy paste, here it is. We really want to give it that glow up, that Grounded 2 glow up, so that it feels new, it feels different, even though it is a returning set. And so y'all might have seen this in the footage we showed off at New Game Plus. The mushroom set is coming back, but it doesn't look exactly like it did in Grounded 1. And so that's the first part of that set, the parity strategy. The other one is that we recognize that certain sets don't all have the same pieces. This set doesn't have a floor. That one has only this many windows, etc., etc. And so what we want to start working towards, and you'll see this again in the garden update, is we want to unify that a lot more, so that with every set, it feels self-contained. You can express and create what it is that you want. And the last part of that set strategy is obviously new sets. yeah, it's cool to have the returning sets and that they look different, but the new is what people get excited about. And we have specific new sets coming in the garden that, can I spoil at least one? Are we good with that? I'm looking at you. Do it? Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
don't look at me. I don't know.
So
Don't do anything.
y'all saw the pumpkin
It's gonna
patch?
be on PTV and
Yeah.
Spoil everything.
Y'all saw the pumpkin patch? Cool. You can harvest pumpkin, and there's a new pumpkin building set. So we're really excited for you guys to see that, and we can't wait to see what creations you make with that. And obviously, with every set, we want there to be a gameplay challenge and a time challenge. So just like the mushroom set, the pumpkin set will require the oven to bake, and so that takes time. That keeps you guys engaged. And our other set has like a fun gameplay challenge that I don't want to get into right now that will keep you really engaged and really having a lot of fun with. So that's the second part of our strategy. And the last part, which you'll start seeing in future updates, we're not talking about the garden, we're talking about future updates, is we want to bring really big, like game-changing systems. So we had features, then we have content or sets, and now those systems that are really going to allow you to do things as builders in Grounded 2 that you couldn't do in Grounded 1. And really differentiate and really take advantage of what makes Grounded 2 different. And so we're not going to spoil anything like that today, but just know that that is on our mind, that is coming, and the point of these systems is not only to be able to do things that you couldn't do in Grounded 1 and to really allow builders to flex their creative muscles in new ways, but to give you systems that are deep and that push you to engage with the game and the content in new, fun, and exciting ways. So all of that is coming.
That was great.
Oh, thanks, man.
That's amazing. It warms my heart.
I
that you're serving the builders.
Yes, I want builders to know that no one champions you like these two gentlemen here.
Warms my heart.
They
Warms my
see
heart.
just how important you are to the community, and it's something that they're constantly pushing everyone in IDOS Montreal to be like, this is cool, where are the builders getting love? And we're like, yeah, okay, let's double down. So these people love you like nobody's
we all
business.
love-
We all do.
Well, we all love you most days. Most days. So, spamming Broodmother in the chat. I see this Broodmother spams. Look, there's things that we want you all to go play through.
Yes.
And, don't you miss having, surprise and enjoy? I just feel like we want to... No. There'll be you saw in the content we put out, we gave a little bit of a you'll see that there might be some of your favorite mom returning. You'll play through the content. You'll get to experience that. That's all we're gonna say. We're not gonna show it right now, though. I want you all
it's a
to play. I want
butterfly.
you to see.
Yeah.
What we will say is something that we push ourselves on
Yeah.
is to not just, let's take that thing from
As I
Grounded
said that, I
and
was
put
like,
it in
yeah, what
Grounded
am I
2.
talking about?
It's
Caterpillar.
always to how can we put
The
Grounded
first one,
2
they
spin
didn't
on
tell
this
you what it was.
to surprise
Just
and delight
people
people
ever.
and for it to make the most sense in this world. And we have done that with everything that you'll see in the garden, and we're excited for you to discover what that means.
The Broodmother will have a twist.
Yeah.
The Broodmother will have a twist. Updates to armor weapon upgrading and tool upgrades. Upgrades in
Okay.
general.
Sure.
Progression.
Chris, you want to talk about something?
Well, I mean, the answer is yes. Well,
And we're done again. Okay.
that's it. All right. Good.
We can really make these
All
streams
of
a
that,
lot shorter.
all of that is happening.
Come
Why do we need an hour and a half for this? Yes. So I mean, our general philosophy
Oh,
is,
no, don't.
if it is walking around the garden and you can fight it, you should be able to turn it into something useful.
Yeah,
Right?
absolutely.
So whether that is something that you're building inside your new pumpkin castle, whether it's a suit of armor, whether it's new weapons, pretty much everything that's new out there in terms of insects and things that you can harvest. These are things that you're going to be using to craft new stuff with. So again, want you guys to explore those things, right? Find the new resources, go use the resource analyzer, figure out what the new recipes are, figure out what those things are that you want to make. But know that yes, there's a bunch of stuff there. I think you guys are going to be geeked about it. I'm geeked about it, and so check it out. Go explore and find what all those things are.
And not to get too hyper specific, but the Omni tool upgrades and the weapon and armor upgrades, this represents the rounding out of tier 3. You're getting those tier 3 upgrades to harvest tier 3 materials, and we had just a few. We had full tier 1, full tier 2 in the picnic area, and just a couple of tier 3 teases that were sort of acting like your end game builds for that part of the game. But now this is rounding out the tier 3 content, and so it's going to really flesh out all the different play styles in tier 3 and give players a lot of options, not just like, oh, what's the tier 3 rogue armor? Okay, well now there's choices there. Oh, what's the tier 3 fighter armor? Now there's choices there. So
What just happened?
we're done.
I need help.
And we're done.
Love it.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
So we have about 10 minutes left, so maybe speed run a little bit.
Should we remind everybody that the garden update is going live on the PTB today? And maybe now is a good time to say it'll be live sometime in the next few hours.
Hey, let's do
Maybe
a
now
voice
is a good time to
message.
say that it will go officially live on the 27th. Am I getting that right?
Yeah.
27th of which month though? Because I think
I'm out of here again. No, in 2 weeks from today. In 2
January
weeks from today.
27th is
January
when
27th is
official
when.
will go live.
Yes.
PTB today will propagate over time, so like give it some hours to get it. But January 27th is when that update will go live. There'll be more content even in February with playgrounds entering PTB and expanding out. Then we will kind of keep pushing forward too with some garden stuff. I saw people asking about Colossus and stuff like that. Let us make take it one step at a time. We got stuff for you in the spring.
And we'll have a new roadmap out there too.
And we will have a new
We'll
roadmap.
have a new roadmap for you guys to check out and see. Hey, what else do we got on the docket? Because there's actually, I think you'll be surprised the number of things that we're going to add onto that in terms of what our plans are over the next several months. It's pretty cool stuff.
We're so excited.
A lot of things we've got working right now.
We're psyched that you guys are getting the hands on the garden today, but we got to tell you guys we're very excited about what's coming down the pipe. We're very excited. Yeah. Any new mutations? Yes.
Have we shown?
Yes,
like,
new mutations.
When did the active and passive come out, or is that new in this update?
I think it's new in this update.
Is it?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Do you guys mind taking?
I've been playing it in dev for a long
Yeah,
time.
me too.
now,
I'm like, it's all a blur.
I don't remember. It's been in there for a while, and I've been playing. But
So
yeah.
here are the new active and passive mutations. So the active mutations function the same way as mutations always have. There's a certain amount here. You unlock them, and then you can equip them. And depending on what build you want, you can equip them. There's loadouts that you can choose between, etc., etc. But now we have passive mutations, which you can access by pressing the Y button and cycle between them. And passive mutations, essentially, once you unlock them, you don't need to equip them. You just have this skill set all the time. And so the first round of passive mutations that we're rolling out are all the weapon mutations. So if you get good with the spear, boom, you're good with the spear. All you got to do is equip the spear and get stabbing. So that way, what we're hoping is that people will earn their playstyles a lot more, and will have to do a lot less changing of their mutations. It'll be a lot more of a deliberate thing.
Not only that, like you don't have to use now your mutation slots to pick the weapon that you want to use. Making it a lot easier to switch between weapons.
Exactly.
Just focus on those active mutations that you want for the current challenges that you're sort of facing in the park.
Yeah,
Right?
I
So think it's gonna be a
personally,
fun.
I personally really like to hybrid my builds, and so I'll often have a sword and board and a bow and arrow. And now I switched to the bow and arrow. I have all of those mutations going. It's super fun. It keeps you in the game. It makes you feel powerful. It makes all these mutations feel earned. So it's fun. And it's laying the groundwork for some exciting stuff that's coming up down the pipe. What's up?
I'm scanning everything.
Yeah.
And also, I feel like I came and it was like a third wheel on a date right now, sitting in between you two and forcing Chris to have to hold the mic like this instead. But thanks for letting me join. I put my overalls on.
You
just
committed to the bit, so
I always commit to the bit.
yeah,
I
that's
will
why
never not commit to the bit.
Yeah.
All right, let's. So I want to remind, because this is the only reason people came. PTB out today, propagating over the next few hours. January 27th is the full release of our winter update. I also want to clarify a couple things. We always try to be very transparent about, like, hey, when things are coming. When we say winter, I just want to make this call to all of y'all. So that winter, spring, summer, it's not going to be right when that dial changes into winter. I promise you it won't. I promise you it won't. It'll probably be somewhere in
Closer
the middle.
to the
And
end.
maybe probably closer to the end. So just to set expectations even further, when we say those time frames, don't pick the earliest one. Pick somewhere in the middle. And we'll always try to, like, come in, and when we have a date, we will share it. We will be so quick to share it with you because we want you to play it. We want you to test stuff out.
It's very much winter here in Montreal.
It's very much winter goes until like March 20th.
Yes.
Just to be
technically. Yeah. Yes. And the patch notes, the PTB patch notes will be posted on the Discord server and on the official forums, the website. So we will lay it all out in great detail, exactly what to expect.
Yep.
Also, with every update, there will be updates to the art book and the soundtrack. Mm-hmm. So yes, with let me clarify that. Every major content update.
Yes.
Right. When we say, hey, the big winter content update, which turned into the garden update, aka the Toxic Tangle, that's going to include an art book and soundtrack update. You guys see those things on the roadmap, the new roadmap that's published pretty soon. Yep, there's going to be updates to the art book and the soundtrack.
Yeah.
For those things, we absolutely want to bring those online and have you actually see those almost as volumes that are being added to as part of one larger art book that we're developing over the course of this project.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah,
absolutely,
a lot of work,
you're going to see an update.
A lot of work is going into that. Our art director, Natasha Bouchard, and her whole team working very hard on the art book alongside folks at Obsidian, and the soundtrack, our audio director, Tristan Bernier, and of course the incredibly talented finishing move, who worked on Ground 1 and are doing such amazing work on Grounded 2. We can't wait for you to hear all the new cues that have been released with the garden. They're awesome.
We say this every time, but like, we get to come in front and talk about this and share all the good news, but there are so many people working here at Eidos, we're here in Montreal, at Obsidian, we have other partners, and like, we have so many people who are working on this, and they're the ones who make this all happen, and it's their kind of time and effort and like, love for you all in the community. So I just want to, I can't thank every single person who spends their time working on this game so much, and hopefully you all enjoy that piece. One other thing, going back, we are also, someone asked about, are there new additions to the Founders Pack?
There are. Yes,
I knew you want to talk about this because you like
100%.
these.
Yeah, no. Again, actually, and I should have included this in there, so thanks for bringing it up. Yeah, again, every time we do a big update like this, a big content update, Founders Pack is getting updated, art book's getting updated, soundtrack's getting updated. So these are things, again, that like, these are rewards sort of like for the community and people that wanted to get involved with these things, and we think it's super important to just go ahead and update those, just like we're updating the rest of the game. Like, this is part of the experience that comes with it, and that includes Founders Pack. So yeah, we've got new stuff in there. We'll let you guys go ahead and discover that on your own, but it's some fun stuff.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Cool.
Well, so I think that's all we got for today.
Marco, go on.
We can't wait for y'all to get your hands on this, and keep an eye out.
And I saw people keep asking when's the roadmap. We'll get it up soon.
Yeah.
Soon is the answer, and soon as in like the next few weeks we'll get a roadmap up. no later than when the actual update launches on the 27th. We will have a new roadmap up for you all to see. We just want to, again, we want to set expectations always. We want to get it right. We want to show you as much as we can, as like accurately as we can. So we'll get that up for y'all soon.
So thank you, Jesse and Chris, for walking us through